Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Brother Alan Henshaw here. Sorry about the quality of the voice. I'm being quiet. My wife's sleeping. I just started watching a movie called White Noise. Anthony Brian Logan referenced it. I wanted to know what it was and check it out. And unless I'm remembering incorrectly, which could happen, I've had a lot of trauma to the brain in my life. Some imposed by me and others imposed by other people, playing football, boxing, fighting, that type of thing. But unless I'm wrong, N9D is the chemical name for polyhydrochloride. Now, polyhydrochloride in and of itself is bad enough. But when it mixes with our atmosphere and comes down as rain, it becomes what is known as hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is some very, very toxic, noxious stuff. It'll eat through metal, it'll eat through plastic, it'll burn the human skin right off your bones. It'll even burn your bones to nothing. It's pretty good if you want to get rid of a body. It's got some industrial properties for cleaning pipes and stuff like that. So its uses when it's diluted and controlled properly. However, hydrochloric acid getting into the water supply would cause cancer and a multitude of other diseases. Now, I'm not saying this to frighten anyone. I am saying, though, that COVID didn't get the result that the government, in particular the Democrats, wanted. The elites wanted. It didn't kill off the number of people it wanted. Awfully funny how on Netflix there's a movie called White Noise where the exact same thing that happened in Ohio happens. 6 cars, and I counted them very well in real life, derail and spill a property used in making PVC pipe. Just so happens to also catch fire. One coincidence, maybe. I don't believe in coincidences, though. I like to look at the facts, the numbers of everything. Then a fire? Now, this PVC pipe will burn, but it takes an awful lot of heat and it has to be exposed for a very long time before it burns. So, what makes it doesn't burn easily. But you mix that with, say, a tank full of gasoline, you get a very potent weapon. The fact that it's smoking means that there's a fire, because of the old adage, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's very true, by the way, in certain instances. And then you look at the movie. Now, in the movie, there was exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cars on the train that was hauling this chemical. You get hit by a big rig gets sandwiched. Fire. Well, what was the big rig hauling? Well, it was a tanker, just so you know. and it said flammable on it. Now that could mean a lot of different things. However, the fact that the color that it was putting out would suggest oil. Now you mix oil, any spark can set it off quick. That's why that's why they do what they do the best. Now, I'm not saying that this is the government taking a page out of Hollywood's book and using it as a way to control the population and distract from what is going on and kill a lot of people. But the timing of it seems suspect to me. The Republicans are now in charge of the Senate. Well, not the Senate, but the House of Representatives. And they're investigating Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Actually, the whole Biden family, but in particular Joe Biden. And whether or not he's a traitor. Just when this gets kicked off, there's this crash of a toxic chemical. Now that does sound like something that they would do or say has happened to distract, to mislead, the old show game. We'll talk about this over here, meanwhile this over here is going on, but you don't know what's in this hand. You don't know what's going on over here because all we're focused on is this over here. This big event, this scary event, a chemical or toxic chemical spill, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile over here, Joe's been found guilty of being a traitor. Here's all the evidence, blah, 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 blah. But the media, who we all know is the propaganda arm of the Democrat Party, they're talking about over here, not over here. Now, what you ask would be the outcome of that? Well, they could prove that Joe Biden is a traitor, and nobody would know, so he would stay in office. They could impeach him, and nobody would know. It's a way to keep the masses ignorant, dumb. However, those who are true patriots, I'm sure already thinking about this flag here. The same flag that I fought and did. Not damn near, I did die for multiple times, but I'm still here, thank God. You know, it makes me wonder what's really going on. See, I question a lot of things. I have an inquisitive mind, so I tend to question things a lot. But after watching the white noise a little bit, seeing what was going on, and then seeing what's going on in real life, right now in real life, makes me wonder if maybe, just maybe, the government is not trying to pull a fast one and pull the wool over everybody's eyes. Is it a tragedy? Haven't heard of anyone dying yet, so I wouldn't say so. Is it a catastrophe? Yeah, to an extent. It's a man-made catastrophe, but a catastrophe nonetheless. The fact that in the movie it happens in a small college town by a highway, and there's trains. Nothing unusual about that. I mean, we only have so much land, right? However, the fact that it's a small town and a college town means that more people can get exposed. And 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 more people can get expos Now let's think about this. The town that this happened in real life is a small, rural town. I don't know if it has a college or not. Never heard of it until now. That makes it suspect. So, like I said, maybe it's a coincidence about the movie and then this. Life happens, it's coincidences, they happen. Every so often, something's just a coincidence. But I gotta think, man. I mean, okay, if it was just a train derailment, whatever, no big deal, right? But it seems to be awfully close to mimicking this movie. And the timing of it, when Joe is definitely in the hot seat, and so is his son Hunter, by the way, makes it suspect. I'm not saying it's a Democrat plot, not saying it's an elitist plot, but I am saying that it makes me question it. It makes it suspect of being a plot. Now, I'm going to have to follow the story closely, to say the least, and I will finish watching the rest of this movie. But I can't be the only ones who've seen this movie and then see what's going on and wonder, is this another false flag or straight up COVID type scenario where they allowed something to happen? I'm just saying, these are possibilities. I don't like either one of them because it means that our government has truly decided to fuck us citizens. And I tell you this now, and I mean it. Any government comes for any of my weapons, I'll give it to them, one round at a time. Because the simple fact of the matter is this: I have a right to defend mine and my family, and I will. I was trained by the best, and I'll do my job. I'm the protector of my family. I am the one that they count on for safety and protection, and I will give it to them to the best of my ability, as a man should. But I don't trust everything I see or hear. I research it. Like I said, I don't bet, I don't gamble. Well, once in a while I'll play a dollar scratch off. Well, a couple of dollars. I think the most I've ever spent was $6. And I won 50, so think about that. But I do the numbers. I look at the facts of the matter at hand. And I make decisions based on that. This is just a quick little video. But please, if anyone's got any more information about the Ohio incident, let me know in the comments. I do read my comments. I do answer the comments as soon as I see them. So, until next time, please remember, the best weapon that you have is this. They can't regulate it and they can't take it away. Your mind is a weapon. It's a muscle and it's a weapon. The more you exercise it and think for yourself and look at the raw, unfiltered data that you can collect, be it on the net, be it any other way, and use multiple sources to source this out, the better off your decision will be. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.